Hey guys, Fazzy back here for the second time today as we have another trade to look at here in the NHL. This one involving Gus Nyquist going from the Nashville Predators over to the Minnesota Wild. So let's go jump into NHL 25 and start breaking it all down. Alright, so everything is all loaded up in game. Definitely a little bit more of a simple trade here as a 1-for-1, as Minnesota is sending over a 2026 second round pick in exchange for Gus Nyquist. So Nyquist, it's a tough one. With Nashville this year, he's having a really tough year. Only like 23 points this year, but you look at his numbers last year, having a just insane, crazy season, having 75 points out of nowhere. That's still recent enough to tell me that there's something left in his game. This is also his second return to Minnesota, as he was traded at the deadline of the 2022-23 season there, putting up 5 points in 3 games. He is a very, very solid playmaker, probably won't score a ton of goals for you, and he is a pending UFA at the end of the season. He is currently 35 years old. So let's go over here and try and offer this trade from Minnesota to Nashville, see if that is accepted. And trade rejected, once again it is due to salary retention, so I will go and force this through, and we'll take a look at the lines for both of these teams. Starting out with the Minnesota Wild here, I actually have Nyquist slotting in on the second line potentially. Like I said, I think there's still something left to his game there, at least the offensive side of things. So put him with some better players, put him with an Eriksson Ek, put him with a Zuccarello, and see what happens. You can also slot him in and around the lineup with a few other guys, but I don't know, try him there, see what happens. Defensively, no changes here, no one was traded on the defense, and in the net it is still Philip Gustafsson and Marc-Andre Fleury. And then looking at Nashville here, obviously the only difference is having no Nyquist in the lineup. You can definitely tell, especially in that bottom six, it's looking pretty weak. Been a tough year for Nashville, and it looks like they will start selling off some of their pieces that are unrestricted. No changes here also on the defensive side of things, and obviously no changes in the net as well. And giving my thoughts here on this trade today really quickly, I honestly really like this trade from the Minnesota Wild side of things. Actually, I don't mind it from either side, but for Minnesota, you're only paying a second round pick to get a guy that still has that potential to be a solid contributor on the offensive side of things. For Nashville, like I said, you're clearing up a guy that likely won't be coming back next year, is a pending UFA, and you are getting a second round pick back, which, may become something and it may not. So I think it's a pretty fair trade. If I was Nashville, I maybe would have tried to get a little bit more, but maybe the market just wasn't there. But overall, I think that is going to do it for today's second quick trade simulation. Will we be back later today? Honestly, who knows? Trade deadline week, it is going to start to pick up here rather soon. But that'll do it for this one. I will see you all in the next video.